To start your paper beads, you'll need some paper, any kind of paper. I have newspaper, computer paper, colored paper, magazine paper, and some kind of coloring tool, whether it's colored pencil or paint or crayon or marker, or if it is a magazine, you can pull the colors from there. You'll also need some kind of cutting tool. I assume most of you should have scissors at home. If you're lucky, you have an X-Acto knife and a cutting mat, but I don't expect that. And you also need some adhesives, either Elmer's glue, tape, a glue stick, or even nail polish could work, anything that will stick your paper. And then some kind of string. I have at home some yarn. There's different thicknesses. I actually have some elastic band. If you have elastic string would be ideal, but I don't expect you to have that. Worst case, maybe you have some floss, and if you don't have any string anywhere in your house, you can take a plastic grocery bag or any kind of plastic and cut it into one big long strip and use that as a string. Depending on what your string will be, meaning how thick it is, will determine the diameter that you're gonna need. So if I were to use something like this, I'm gonna use this to make my paper beads so that I have a nice big diameter of a hole for that to go through. I'm actually going to use this elastic, which is a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna use these pencils here as my tool to wrap my paper bead around so that the hole is nice and big. So depending on how thin, if I use this, if I use floss, maybe you have a skewer or some kind of toothpick that you can wrap it around. But you don't want to go too small of a hole because you're going to be making beads and you want to make sure the string fits through the bead at least 2 times.